Steelers wrapped up minicamp. Before that was OTAs for 3 weeks, and LeVeon Bell wasn't there for any of it. Jason, I know you covered the Steelers before. Is this a big deal, or is this off-season voluntary activities?
It's football in shorts. I'm not buying it, man. Let him stay home as long as he is ready to go for week 1. I don't care. Even if he's good to go for training camp, preseason, whatever, he shows up, we aren't thinking or talking about this at all. I don't care.
My knee-jerk would be to agree with Jason Mackey, which is that's my default mechanism, really, with a guy like him. But it's until the team spoke up. Then I kind of raised an eyebrow. When Ramon Foster said something, when a couple of the other guys said something, and not off the record, they said it publicly, and they kind of complained about it. That seems to be that there's something that's irking that team about LeVeon Bell's behavior right now.
And Tomlin sort of groused about it subtly when he was asked at the end of minicamp about the fact that LeVeon wasn't there. As far as I'm concerned, I don't think it means anything as far as football results for LeVeon Bell if he's not there in minicamp. It does mean something about the tone that might be set moving forward to try to get a deal done if they want to avoid using the franchise tag, which I don't know if the team wants to do, but I sure know that the player would like to avoid that and get a long-term deal done.
The minute he goes for 170 and 2, nobody will remember.
And same thing with Martavis Bryant, I would imagine. If he has a big year, if he catches 10 touchdowns again, everybody forgets about what happened, or is everybody still wait and see? It's been a good 4 weeks. He came out and spoke. Seems like he's on the right path. You guys confident he'll stay on that path?
He may, but I'll tell you what, I think he's going to have to carry the suspension for a long time. He's going to have to wear an asterisk around here probably until his career's over. And Tim is right in so much as, and Jason is too, in so much as soon as he goes for a big game, people will forget about it. But I think with Bryant, people are going to forget about it for a while, but it's never fully going to go away with him.
Yeah, Chris Rainey, Maida Tayamu, Carlos Williams, Justin Gilbert, all those guys that had question marks about them came out and spoke a good game too. And then they all got in trouble again once they were here after they were given a second chance. So I need a lot of believe it before I see it, even after this year with Martavis Bryant.
I agree, and I'm kind of downplaying the fact of LeVeon Bell coming to minicamp, but if he doesn't perform, then you're really in a bad spot. If Martavis Bryant doesn't perform, you're really in a bad spot. And then, God forbid, they fail a drug test or something like that. I wouldn't give them any more chances, I'll say that. But at the same time, I'm not freaking out over football in May.
All right, it's football in shorts, but he looked pretty good, apparently, according to the coaches. He's grasping things. Colin, is T.J. Watt your starting outside linebacker week 1?
He may be in so much as a vehicle to keep James Harrison healthy. I don't know if he'll start. I think he'll get a majority of the reps because the way I see it, I want to soft launch that position with James Harrison and have James Harrison ready for the snaps of most consequence. So go ahead and let Watt play his backside off weeks 1 through 8, weeks 1 through 9. Tell James Harrison, show up for duty week 11 and get us through the playoffs.
But Colin, and I know that's how they've done it, and it's been effective the last couple of years. They've kind of held him, and then he's surged late. But this year, especially since they're making this very public push to get home field, they're trying to rely more on the regular season wins. I would say don't give away snaps with T.J. Watt still learning early. I would say use Harrison a lot and then implement Watt as the season goes along. I do think they're going to use him a lot like they did Chad Brown early in his career. He's going to be an outside guy, but they're going to blitz him from the inside a lot to start the season.
Soft launch.
Yes,
soft launch. I've never heard that.
That's what you want to do with James Harrison.
What is there a soft launch angle?
He'll be ready. I just watched him on Instagram deadlift 13,000 pounds. He'll be ready week 13. Believe me.
Scores in the teens at the U.S. Open. Does our panel have a problem with the scoring at Aaron Hills? We'll discuss as we continue. Number 1, Cochran Sports Showdown.